Hello, everyone, and welcome to RWB Sports. Hi, this is Reginald Peoples. I know it's been a while. I know you all are probably thinking that RWB Sports has fallen off the face of the earth, but we haven't. We're still here, and we're still doing what we love to do, which is support our local athletes, our local boxers here in the Pennsylvania area. It's football season. Football season's coming up, so I had to support football this year. I'm a big college football fan, if you didn't know. Big Georgia fan. We're going to win it this year. We're going to win the national title this year. We're going to take it back from Ohio State, even though I felt like we got cheated last year. It was the new year for the new playoff bid, and somehow, they didn't want Georgia to three-peat, so they had to take it from us and give it to somebody else. I'm still waiting for Ohio State to step on over to the SEC so they can see what real football's like. So that's where we are now. So this is what's been going on with RWB Sports. Like I said, we've been behind the scene. We've been ordering a bunch of equipment for later on in this year. The magazine is still going. And the magazine is still going. We just put it on pause right now because we have something else coming up. We've got all of our cameras in. We've got all of our switchboards in. We're going to start small. I'm hoping we're going to start. I would like to do it September 27th at an amateur show. It's going to take place there in Harrisburg, but if not, I know we're definitely going to have RWB Sports Network first live stream in October as Ireland comes back over to the United States, as Ireland takes on the U.S. up in Scranton, PA, as Douglas Long puts on his Ireland versus U.S. Event once again, and he's been gracious enough to invite us up. We've been talking a little bit back and forth, and we're going to actually stream that live. It's not going to be a pay-per-view, but it's going to be RWB Sports First Network, RWB Sports Network First streaming event. So that's what we've been working on. We've been tediously putting things together. Well, I have. It's a one-man show here. Still trying to do, so I have to wait till I get everything in. I have to put everything together. I have to test it, because when you get an opportunity like this, you don't want any hiccups. You don't want any mistakes. So that's what we've been doing. We've pulled back a little bit on going out and filming a lot of the events. That's why we've been a little low key, but we are still here. We're still doing our thing. We're going to start the magazine back up again in 2026. We're going to start going out to the gyms again later this year in 2025, getting interviews of the fighters. We're getting ready to head to Hagerstown, Maryland tomorrow, heading to Hagerstown, Maryland, to talk to a Chris Glenn down there and his team, pro fighter down there that RWB Sports is looking at supporting, looking at helping out as they get closer and closer to fight time and getting things together. We're still here in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia, working with the Lavera Design as far as getting outfits done. I got a couple of outfits that we're getting done, so we're going to go ahead and get into it, because I got to represent my home state of Tennessee, and Jimmy Adams in Country Box, September 2nd. They're putting on a show at the Troubadour, the Texas Troubadour Theater in Nashville, Tennessee. It's going to have a return of Evan Holyfield. I don't know if you all know who Evan Holyfield is, but he is the son of the great three-time world champion Evander Holyfield. He took a little hiatus for a little while, but he's back. He's going to be on this card September the 2nd in Nashville, Tennessee at the Troubadour. But what I really want to talk about is Ring Wars 19. Ring Wars 19, September the 5th, coming to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. You got an opportunity right here, right now, to win 2 tickets, all right? 2 tickets. Actually going to be a total of 6 winners, because King's Promotions has put out a site to where you can win 2 tickets, and then Star City also has put out on the same page that you can win 2 tickets. So RWB Sports is putting the same thing out to where you can win 2 tickets to September the 5th, Ring Wars 19 at the Wind Creek Event Center in Bethlehem, PA. It's going to be an exciting event. You got 9 exciting bouts coming up, with 4 of the bouts are going to be over the top. I don't know if you remember, we'll start at the bottom. We got in the light heavyweight division, we got Ortiz Overton in an 8-rounder going against Chown Sims. That's going to be an action-packed fight. Everybody knows Ortiz Overton. When he comes into the ring, he always puts on a show. When he gets in the ring, he puts on an even better show. He's very explosive, very exciting, throws a lot of punches. He's very active. He's a great entertainer. You're not going to want to miss that fight. So please, if you get a chance, I'm going to give you a trivia question here at the end in order to win those tickets. All you have to do is you can come right here. You got all my information right here at the bottom of the screen. You can text me at this number. You can go to the website and check out new apparel and new equipment that we got coming in, or you can message me right here at my email at rwbsportstv1967@gmail.com. The quickest way to get it is probably just text me. Just message me right here at 615-498-5516, and we'll get you those tickets. I promise you, you're not going to want to miss it. Like I said, the top bouts, we got Ortiz Overton taking on Chown Sims in an 8-rounder, light heavyweight division. Then I don't know if you remember the NABF and the WBA bantamweight champion, a female fight, Brittany Eagleflex Sims. And I know I get on to her all the time about she needs to change that alias of Eagleflex, being a Cowboy fan, but I just tease her all the time. She's another exciting fighter. She's been out of the ring for a little while. She's getting ready to come back September the 5th. She's going to be explosive. Thing is that she's been doing TCL to stay in shape for this fight. She's got a lot of heavy sparring. I don't know if you follow TCL, but we'll get in that to a little bit later, because Philly Smoke, Bob Kane and Philly Smoke is looking to go back to back. But let's get back into the fights. We got Brittany Sims going a 10-rounder, 2 minutes, 10 rounds against Natalie Francesca, and this is no pushover. This girl's pretty tough. If you get a chance to go and check her out on BoxRec, you'll see her record doesn't prove how tough she is, but she's actually a pretty tough girl. Brittany Sims is going to have her work cut out for her on this one. So we hats off. You're not going to want to miss the action. Everything's going to be action-packed. And last but not least, we got our guy who signed with Top Rank just a couple of weeks ago as he fought down in Virginia. His last fight out with a stoppage. We're talking about Yuri Cedeno, part of the La Bazooka brothers. His brother Henry Cedeno is fighting September the 27th up in Canada. But September the 5th, you want to come out and watch this hard-hitting Olympian from the Dominican Republic. Henry Cedeno, he will take on Willie Jones in a 10-round action-packed fight. Yuri Cedeno is 12-0 with 1 draw. His opponent that he's taking on, Willie Jones, is 10-3 and no draw at all. It's going to be 10 rounds of action packed. I don't see it going 10 rounds because Yuri, he's hard-hitting, he's dedicated, he comes forward. He's very, 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 very sharp, crisp fighter. Trained by a sensei out of King's Gym here in Reading, PA. So you want to get there early just to make sure you don't miss the action. Like I said, it's going to be 9 exciting bouts. We got several 4-rounders on here. We got Jose Torres, Denzel, taking on Denzel Veller in a 4-rounder. We have, who else we got down here? Lamar Bailey taking on Michael Shaw. We have several fighters that are in the area that is going to fill this card. So we have 6 possible winners to win tickets to this event. So you don't want to miss it. I'm going to go ahead and throw my trivia question out there. So if you want to win tickets from RWB Sports and you're in the Pennsylvania area and you're going to be around Bethlehem September the 5th, you got an opportunity to win 2 tickets for you and your significant other, or you and a good friend to come out and watch the fights. But my trivia question is, when is my birthday? All right. So if you message me and let me know when my birthday is, you be the first one to uh, answer that question. I will post it on social media and let you know who the winners are. They are $75 tickets, folks. I'm telling you, it's not the cheap seats up in the back. They $75 tickets, so you're going to be sitting close to the ring. You're going to get to see all the action, and you get to talk to me, the host of RWB Sports, and you may even get an interview. Who knows? So if you would, I'll put that information back up there again, so you'll know how to get in touch with me. Just check one of those addresses right here, phone number, address, website, and you'll be able to get in touch with me, and you'll be able to claim your tickets. Also, going back to TCL had a very dramatic semifinals this past week, and it boiled down to New York City Attitude facing off on looking to be the two-time national champions, the Philly Smoke, headed up by Bob Kane and the Philly Smoke team. They put on a great show to beat Arizona, I believe it was, or Phoenix, the other night, and New York ended up beating Las Vegas Hustle the other night to make the finals. And it's gonna be a very intense night for TCL, and we will be and let you know when that's coming up if you follow TCL. If not, I understand that too. But TCL is it's a very exciting format for fighters. I don't I won't say I don't recommend it, but if you got a fighter that's been sitting idle and you want to get them, in the mix, you want to get them in the groove, you want to get them moving again, TCL's the way to go. If you are a guy, you're fighting one round or possibly two 3-minute rounds. If you're a female, you're fighting one, possibly two 2-minute rounds. So it'll keep you active. But other than that, that's what we got going on. That's what's going on here at RWB Sports. Got a couple of interviews lined up. I just want to throw a shout out to my guy, Larry Wade, Coach Larry Wade. I'm going to hold his book up right here. Coach Larry Wade has written a book, Let's Build Champions. I'm in the process of reading it, and after I get finished, he has agreed to sit down with RWB Sports and take an interview on what it takes in order to build a champion. A very interesting book so far. It's taught me several things in here. A lot of things that I didn't know about boxing. I was doing them, but I didn't know why I was doing them. When I was coaching and training fighters, I was doing these things, but I didn't know why I was doing them. And this book broke it down on why and helped me understand why I was training the way I was and why it was effective. And I didn't know the concept behind it, but Larry Wade is a well-renowned track athlete. He's ran with the best D1 school in Las Vegas. He ran with, top-tier contenders, and he knows the science behind training. He knows the science behind being explosive, and he's taken that concept that he learned in track and field, and he's put it towards boxing. He's trained boxers like Sean Porter. He's trained fighters like Caleb Plant. He is now working with Jake Paul, and we won't talk about that because I know everybody knows, everybody's seen here lately that Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis is supposed to go at it. It's supposed to be scheduled. I don't know how they're going to make that work. They say it's just a exhibition, but I still think that's a lot of weight given up by Gervonta Davis to step in the ring and put on an exhibition even with Jake Paul. But we won't get into that. So I want to get back to my guy, Larry Wade, and Coach Larry Wade and his book. So if you don't have it, you can go online and order it. I recommend it's a great read. You can go on to Amazon. You can order it off of Amazon. It's a it's a wonderful read. What I've read so far has been spot on way to train fighters. Also, I want to give out a shout out to Eric Springs with Unconquered Fitness and Wellness. He is now starting at Unconquered Boxing. He's taking on a few more boxers, and he's looking at doing a few things. And I'm looking at supporting him in his club and what he's doing. Also, still looking at supporting Pottstown Boxing Club. Looking at supporting Phoenixville, any gym in the Pennsylvania area. We're looking at supporting. We just ordered a ton of equipment, a ton of apparel that we will have that you guys, you viewers, you gyms, you coaches, you trainers, you fighters, you will have an opportunity to win some of this stuff. We will come around and we will talk to the gyms. We may just furnish gyms with things they need. I know I've talked to Jose out at King's Gym. They're looking for a few things, so we got them set up. We got things coming from them that's set up now. But that's what we do here at RWB Sports, because we understand and know that this sport can be very, very expensive. So we want to give the kids an opportunity that we didn't get to have growing up, and being able to take these trips and go to these nationals and be able to present yourself in a way that we didn't get to growing up, just because we didn't have means or the finances to do so. Shout out to Eric Martinez over at Star City. Word is that he's getting ready to go pro. We just had a show a couple of weeks ago. You seen the post I put up of the fights, but they're working on something over there with the real pretty boy, Eric Martinez. He's getting ready to do something. Shout out to Daytwan. He's getting ready to fight again, coming up here pretty soon. That's another local professional that we're looking at supporting. So RWB Sports, we're still here. We're still doing our thing. We're still doing what we do. Still got outfits out there that we are getting and purchasing for these fighters that got fights coming up. So just keep your eye out, keep a lookout. You'll see the RWB Sports on this gear, and you'll know that that's somebody that we stand behind, that's somebody that we believe in, and we're looking at branching out. We're not just going to stay here in the Pennsylvania area. We're looking at going to Maryland. We're going to Maryland, looking at going to Baltimore, looking at going to Tennessee, may go up even further north to New York, looking at moving over, to the Midwest and sponsoring some fighters there, even more down south in the Virginia area and sponsoring fighters there. So in South Carolina, North Carolina, and sponsoring fighters there. So, just bear with us, stick with us, hang with us, support us as we support these young kids in their journey. We don't ask for much. All we ask for is that, you support us the way that, we support these fighters. And that's however you can, if it's just, putting our name out there and saying, hey, you need to go and check out RWB Sports. So just go to our channel, our YouTube channel, and check out our videos. We're going to constantly continue to put up videos and continue to doing things in that nature to build resumes and build portfolios for these fighters as they grow and climb the ladder and looking at becoming champions. That's the whole goal, is to help these young guys and help these young men and women fulfill their dream. I have to take my hat off to Jake Paul at MVP Promotions and what he's doing for women boxing. I know women, since the Christy Martin days, there haven't been very many $1 million female fighters. So you got the GOAT and Clarissa Shields. She just made a couple of million her last fight. The Serrano sisters, they are now getting into that field of making $1 million. He just made history last month at MVP, fighting down at in New York, up in New York, at Madison Square Garden. He made history there. So I take my hat off to him. A lot of people, see him as comical. They see him as a joke to boxing. A lot of people question, his antics and question, his fights and if he's serious, about his fights. All that's said and done, and it's all good. But the bottom line is what he's doing for the sport of boxing is no different than what the movie Rocky did for the sport of boxing back in the 80s. When the movie Rocky came out, I mean, Sylvester Stallone was even introduced into a boxing Hall of Fame and from a movie, but what he did for the sport of boxing with that movie is he boosted it to another level. And that's what Jake Paul is doing, but he's actually getting in the ring and he's being the real life Rocky, and he's taking the sport of boxing to the next level, especially the women's side of boxing. You haven't seen so much attention on women's side of on women's boxing until Jake Paul got his hands on MVP and started bringing in all these female champions and putting them against each other. He's got guys too, but I think his focus and his forte is on women boxing and promoting and boosting women boxing. And I take my hat off to him. Good job, Jake, and what you're doing. I appreciate it. You're making boxing exciting. And to all the other journalists out there, the boxing journalists out there, keep doing what you're doing. I'm following all of you. I'm following each and every one of you. You'll know it because I'm putting a heart or I'm sharing everything that you do because I'm just not able to get out there right now because I got some other things going on in the background. But that doesn't mean I don't have time to pop on and support what you're doing, share what you're doing. Because it's a lovely thing. Me listening to you all on the air doing what you do keeps me updated on what's going on out there in the sport of boxing. To all the officials that, officiate day in and day out, hats off to you all because I know you all have a very tedious schedule. A lot of you still have a 9 to 5 that you do day in and day out, and yet you still find time to go out there on every level from USA amateur to sanctioned professional bouts. You go both ways. You do both of them. So hats off to you all. Hats off to the first responders. Hats off to everybody that makes up a great show, from the doctors to the fighters to the trainers to the nutritionists to everybody that makes up a good show. I want to take my hat off to you and say thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. You elevating boxing back to the elite status that it used to be. You had a lot of other entities come in and try to push boxing to the wayside. They've been doing it for years, but because of fans like you, because of individuals like you all, boxing is always going to be numero uno. It's going to be the number one. It's going to sit at the top forever. Nobody's going to knock it off. MMA, ISKA, none of those, wrestling, none of those other contact sports, kickboxing is going to bear. They got bare knuckle coming out now. Take my hat off to those guys because they're tough individuals. I mean, they're very rugged individuals. It's hard enough getting hit in the face with a 12-ounce glove on. Could you imagine getting hit in the face with nothing on but a hand wrap? Those guys, they're an elite group of guys. They just love to battle. But once again, boxing's going to prevail. Boxing's going to sit up top. Boxing's going to be what boxing's going to be, and you can't knock it off. And it's because of men and women like you that keep boxing at the top. So that's what RWB Sports has been doing. Like I said, I hope and pray that first network broadcast is going to go off without a hitch. Every single day I have off, all the time, extra time I have, I'm down here in the studio. I'm setting up the equipment. I'm going through it. I'm making sure that all my I's are dotted and my T's are crossed. That way, when I get out there and have a live production, I won't have any hiccups. Make sure that my internet quality is good, because eventually we're going to go to these events, and I'm going to go to these events and we're going to set up pay-per-view. Like I said, I'm going to start off on the amateur level, because I know a lot of these grandparents and things like that, aunts and uncles that are out of town who can't make it to some of these events, would still like to see these events. So RWB Sports want to collaborate with these gyms and with these organizations and be able to rent RWB Sports Network out to come out and stream these events live. We will split everything 60-40. If you want to rent it out, very reasonable prices. Like I said, I'm just getting my feet wet. I'm just getting everything organized and ready to go. But I think it's going to be a great way to get these smokers, as we call them. They are USA sanctioned events, but they're not tournaments. They're not Golden Glove tournaments. They're not national tournaments. They're not Silver Glove tournaments. They're not junior nationals. They're not the Olympics. They're not anything like that because they get their own coverage. But I'm talking about these local smokers that we call that these boxing clubs are putting on. Like Star City put on one. I would have loved to have been able to stream that live, but I didn't get all the information in time. I didn't have my cameras in actually. I had the cameras, but I didn't have the mounting capability to be able to mount them to be able to stream live. So all that's coming together. That's what we've been doing behind the scenes. Still looking for one or two employees to join RWB Sports and work with RWB Sports on doing some magazine writing and doing some filming, going with me to events, working the camera as I interview the opponents. I'm going September 5th. Like I said, I'm going to be at the Wind Creek Casino, and I'm going to be interviewing the fighters out there. And don't know if I'll have anybody to work the camera. If not, then I'll do what I've been doing. If you something that you would like to do or something that you're interested in, please contact me. I'll put my contact information back up there again, so you can get in touch with me. Like I said, the easiest way to get in touch with me is going to be through that phone number right there, 615-498-5516. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. We are still here. We've just been pulled back a little bit because we've been working on some things. So I hope everybody is still enjoying themselves this year. This year has flown by, actually. We're already into September. Before long, we'll be watching the ball drop New Year's Eve in 2026. So let's get ready for an exciting night. Let's get ready for Ring Wars 19 on September the 5th. Those folks that are in Nashville, get ready for Tuesday, September the 23rd. 23rd. Tuesday, September the 2nd, at the Texas Troubadour Theater in Nashville, Tennessee, as Jimmy Adams will put on Country Box again, September the 2nd. So we got a lot of action coming up. We'll get ready. We'll post when TCL main event is coming up to see if Bob Kane and the Philly Smoke will be able to to become back-to-back champions. If they can two-peat, then we'll see if they can three-peat next year and see how things are going. But like I said, I can't say enough on how happy and how proud I am, how blessed I am to be able to do what I do, and it's because of these young kids out here is the reason I do what I do, because you never know what you mean to those kids. You never know. Putting time in and believing in those kids on how it can change a life. You coaches out there, you more than just coaches, you're mentors, you're parents to some of these kids that don't have parents at home, or they have parents at home, but their parents are having to work so much that they don't get spend a lot of time with them. So all of you make up this small community of boxing fans, boxing enthusiasts, boxing, you know, uh, the boxing family. You all make that up, and you all make it possible. And I just want to be a part of it. But I just want to say thank you. So I know I've been on here rambling enough, but I gave you 30 minutes. Is I know it's 36 minutes to victory, but I gave you 30 minutes of what's going on with RWB Sports, where we are, what we're doing, where we're going. I look forward to seeing you out there in the boxing world. I look forward to seeing you September 5th at the Wind Creek Casino. I look forward to seeing you September the 27th in Harrisburg. I look forward to seeing you uh, as I move around town, and see different gyms, talk to different gyms. If you would like for me to come out to your gym, please hit me up. Send it to me through social media. Send it to me on the phone number you got right here. Email me the address. Email me a time frame. We'll get together. I'll let you know my availability when I can come out. We'll schedule it. We'll interview, the gym. We'll interview the fighters. We'll get them the exposure. We'll do whatever we can to get those guys out there because a lot of those kids, this is all they have and they believe in it. So we want to keep their belief going. We want to keep them excited about being here. I'd rather them be in here than being out there on the streets. I'd rather them be in here than becoming a statistic. I'd rather them be in here than to have to go up and hug their mom or hug their parents and tell them that I'm sorry that for the tragedy that's happened. So keep doing what you're doing. I love you all. I can't wait to get back out there and see you all once again. This is Reginald Peoples with RWB Sports as we get ready to head to Hagerstown, Maryland tomorrow. I love you, and we will see you in the turn. This is what we do. This is what we do.